Food addiction. Emotional eating, the triggers. Emotional eating, the triggers. Eating becomes our distress mechanism to various triggers like financial problems, relationship problems, health, fatigue, stress at work, etc. Our emotions can become so tied to the eating habits that we unconsciously reach for chocolate, chips or ice cream, etc. whenever we are angry or stressed. We need to recognize and work on the link between trigger, emotion, and food as a reaction. Sometimes we are so detached from our feelings that we do not even acknowledge them anymore, but we instinctively act. Replacing. When we become aware of these links, we need to practice replacing the action of eating with something else first. Maybe a first step can be to replace an unhealthy snack with a healthy one. Then try to replace the act of eating with, for example, a deep breath, a bath, going for a walk, or maybe playing an instrument. Managing emotions. The next step is recognizing and managing our emotions. Detaching and changing the emotional response to what we have identified as a trigger can be learned. In the module The Mind, you can learn how to start processing negative experiences and evaluate your strengths and weaknesses. You can learn ways to better understand what is hindering you from having healthier relationships, how to deal with boundaries, motivate yourself to change, and protect yourself from the environment. Negative experiences might have left scars on you, making you even more vulnerable to emotional eating. New skills. You can also acquire new skills. Learn to manage your financial situation or work on better communication skills to improve your relationships and stressful situations at work. Triggers. Triggers can be very obvious, such as meeting a person with whom we had a disagreement, or seeing a place we used to spend time with someone we may have lost. Sometimes, triggers are more subtle. It can be that someone, maybe just a stranger, reminds you of a person you had a conflict with. Perhaps you smell or you touch something that takes you back to an unpleasant event and makes you feel uncomfortable. Come back to the present and realize that there is nothing there that is threatening you. It is just an old memory, and you are safe now. Types of eater. Sometimes, we can identify a specific type of eater by how much, when, and why a person eats. It is essential to recognize the type of eater you are, to address the reason behind your eating behavior. There are numerous types of emotional eaters. Weekend eater, the one that feels that, oh, it's finally the weekend. I deserve some nice and sugary meals. Heavy alcohol consumption might also accompany the weekend eater. Evening eater, eats healthily all day. In the evening, the perfect time to rest, just sits in front of the TV or computer, and orders a large pizza and sugary drink. Mindless eater, eats whatever is in sight despite having had a proper lunch already, there is still room for something more. Stress eater, as soon as some stress is felt, whatever comes in the way is eaten, no snack is safe. What kind of eater are you? What kind of discomfort are you trying to cover? Some people smoke, some people take drugs, drink alcohol, or look for casual and unsafe sex when they cannot cope with stress. Some people eat. Overeating, as other unhealthy habits, becomes a way to distract us, takes us away from the present moment, avoids the unpleasant moment, or covers it up. Eating becomes like a perfume that covers a bad smell. Eating becomes the cover for our pain. The thicker this layer is, the more we try to hide our pain. We often do not understand the emotional pain and how to deal with it, and this makes us sick. Learn to let your pain go.